Oh, I gotta get this in my pocket. I don't want you to see what that is right there. I did not want that on the desk. 8 a.m. on the East Coast here in the big city of Ellijay, Georgia. Let me get my glasses on there. 66 degrees here in North Georgia. We are Good Morning from the Office. I'm your host, BKP. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. Josh, let's start right out telling all of our new viewers, because I know we have several this morning, where you can reach us. That 706-889-9700 is right here on the desk. That is a live 24/7 news hotline, tips, whatever you got going on out there. Our email address, you can always send us information. Hey, during the show, if you agree with what I say, disagree, you got a little different opinion, text it to me, email it. We try to keep up with it. We may get your comments on the show. Also, if you want to be on the show, you text us. Say, hey, I'd like to be on to talk about this, that, or the other thing. There's always the other thing, right? This, that. Where'd the other thing come in? This, that, or the other thing. Anyhow, so text us. We may be able to get you on the show, and there's all the social media ways you can follow the show. Now, we're going to get right into it because, obviously, once again, we start out Monday morning highlighting where the media, deep state media, they have flat lost their mind. And I'm going to tell you this, I have faith in the American people. I just do. I have not lost faith in the American people. I have not lost faith in my fellow Americans in Iowa and Kansas. I have not lost faith. I think America looks at this reporting that the deep state media puts out and says, excuse me, what the hell's wrong with these people? Anyhow, we'll get to that in just a minute. So we got a lot going on today. I could power through. I have no problem whatsoever. If you're new to the show, stick with me just a minute. We just finished, Team FYN Sports just finished 14 12-year-old baseball games. Thursday night, we broadcast 3 games in Fannin County. Friday night, we broadcast 3 games. Saturday, 5. That would have us up to 11. Yesterday, 3 more. 14 baseball games at the Fannin County Park and Rec Diz tournament. So that's why I'm a little pushing it through. So anyhow, let's get started with this. The media, my God, they lose their mind. What the hell? I mean, I have said often, if you are new to the show, the number one focus I really on this show is highlighting so you can go out there and say the media's lost their mind. Actually, there's very little truth. I mean, there's just a touch. If it's that much, it's giving them way too much. There's no truth in their reporting. They sensationalize everything, and they are in the tank to try to help elect your next Democrat as fast as they can. That's just me. Now, let's go, Josh. Let's have a little fun straight out of the box. Oh, welcome to June. I almost left that out. I'm glad. We're all glad to. Hey, it's June. Give me number 1. He's got the look. Come on, man. Come on, Josh. Give me number 1. Oh, Donald, the social media. They come on this morning. This is supposed to be news channels, and this is what they're running with. Donald went with the old Vitalis. Wait a minute. Let's hold on. I got it right here, ready to go, folks. I'm ready to go with the DT look, the Donald Trump. I'll get ready to do the Donald right here. I might do it right on the air. I might go get a comb and do it on the air the second hour. I got my Vitalis right here. Might go with it. Donald, he slicks it back. He's on the old state visit. He's hopped across the pond there. He is with our friends, but you would not know that from the media. Oh, my God, they've lost their mind. But there's Donald with his slick back hair on his way. Now, we're going to go over a lot of stuff this morning, all jokes aside. Now, Fox News held another town hall last night, and they held another town hall. And so get the Donald off there. You're shooting my nerves with that. And Kirsten Gillibrand was the town hall for Fox. And there's a couple things that happened last night. And she is the senator from New York. Now, the only one really running anything from last night is Fox. So MSNBC, all right, MSNBC, CNN, ABC, nobody's touching it. Nobody's talking about it because they don't want to highlight Fox News in the town hall. They don't want to highlight that, Democrats have actually felt, there's an old saying, you leave the dance with the one that brought you, right? Well, there's some Democrat candidates that realize that the nosedive, an absolute crash in ratings over at CNN, nobody trusts these people. The absolute crash over at MSNBC, Rachel Maddow is crying for a whole different reason. Not because her man left her. Well, you know what I mean, right? So they are over at Fox News, and it has them infuriated, folks. I believe that myself. But Fox is enjoying, the Democrat Chris Wallace from Fox News is enjoying hosting these town halls. Now, for some reason, breaking this down, and you may say, why is this important? But I'm going to keep working this out to see what I think, okay? And here's what I think. Chris Wallace can sound tough. Chris can sound like he brought the tough question. And I get it. Every once in a while, it sounds like, wow, Chris Wallace is really drilling down on this subject with this candidate. But if you think about it, the very first town hall, and they may do another, I don't know, the very first town hall was Bret Baier, right? And Martha McCallum. Is that her name? Maybe. But they did the first town hall there in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania with Bernie Sanders, the guy that combs his hair with a balloon. And that being said, that was the first town hall. They moved on. Chris Wallace, they changed the format, the whole look, and they're giving him the Chris Wallace. Well, we all know Chris is a Democrat. We don't know if they are requesting, hey, if you want us to do a town hall, you got to do it with Chris Wallace. And I'll tell you why they're doing it with Chris Wallace. Chris Wallace is probably polling, there's polling on everything, he's probably polling pretty high with independents. Now, whether you like it or not, I'm not always going to come here and give you information just because you like it, okay? But Chris Wallace is probably polling pretty high. Can you do me a favor? Don't get upset, Josh. I said Josh 60 pictures. Can you just Google real quick Kirsten Gillibrand and Chris Wallace and find me a picture and throw it up? So here's the thing last night. Chris Wallace at Fox is probably polling pretty well with independents, okay? And that being said, you and I, because look, if you're a viewer of the show and you're still here after 9 minutes, you and I know Chris Wallace is a liberal Democrat. We know that. We know, we have watched this guy over the years. We know that. So, again, being a little too redundant here, he's polling well he polls okay with Democrats. They probably will watch, and he polls pretty well with independents. Now, you incorporate that with Fox News audience, okay? Oh, there it is. I like Josh. I tell you what, I got to give it to you. Because there is Kirsten Gillibrand, she yelled at the camera for an hour. I mean, yelled at everything. She's an angry white woman. Sorry, folks, watch it. This is an angry white woman. I tell you what, I would be in fear of getting in the elevator with this woman. Trump said she would do anything for a campaign contribution. Trust me, Trump was telling the truth. This woman will do anything. Now, I'm getting to the point here. There is a point coming. So you take Wallace and being a Democrat, high ratings with independents. You take Fox News' audience, right? And you know what? It can result in you getting recognized. It can result. It's not getting the backlash. Immediately, Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas will not go on there. All right? Elizabeth Warren won't. She said no to Fox. But Bernie, Buttigieg, Amy Klobuchar, right? Kirsten Gillibrand, they didn't say no to Fox because the backlash is really not out there. They tried to set up over there on the left. And the Democrats, these people are the low of the low, okay? Pick a carpet up this morning and look underneath, and these are these low-life politicians, Democrat politicians. So they have set up and they have fixed everything for Joe Biden right now. And if you want to be on the debate stage, now, don't you enjoy every damn Democrat saying, we got to get money out of the politics. We got to get the Koch brothers out of politics. We have to stop these corporate, PACs, these special interest groups. But the whole time the Democrats are saying that, what's the criteria to get on the damn debate stage? Raising money. Raising money. Why? Because they are using this to raise all the money they can, and this one is as low as they go. Now, why is only Fox News saying this morning or talking about this? Because Democrats do not want to let you know what this woman said last night. You want on the debate stage, you got to raise money. She goes on there last night. It was this is very sad. And that is the least of what I can say as far as sad. Number 44. And then we want to come back to this, Josh. So number 44, if you're up there yet, these are the 12 people that were killed at Virginia Beach shooting in that office, in the city office building. They worked for the local government there. These are the 12 people who were killed by a co-worker, okay? The head of the media's head is spinning off because they absolutely cannot come out and start spewing how radical this co-worker was. He's dead, right? Spewing how radical. They can't come out and say he's a Trump supporter as of yet. They are very upset. Let me tell you something. If you think for one damn minute that CNN and this media is concerned that these 12 people are dead, and I got to be straight about it, absolutely not. They're upset because they have had 48 hours plus. They've had over 2 days. They can't tag this to Trump yet. They can't tag this to a crazy white guy yet. They can't tag this the way they want and run it the way they want, and it has infuriated them. So what does Kirsten Gillibrand do with this? See, it was a co-worker. He resigned. We'll talk more about this later. I want to bring it back to Kirsten Gillibrand, okay? Let's go back to her. Now, what does she do? And I will play clips later in the show. But what she does is she goes off on the NRA. Off. Absolutely crazy. She will do anything for a campaign contribution because I'll tell you what, if you watch in the first 20 minutes and Chris Wallace gets to the killing, the massacre at Virginia Beach, this woman goes berserk, absolutely berserk on the NRA. Just goes, she lays it out. She is screaming NRA. If you are an NRA member, here's the thing, people. There are Democrats out there that are members of the NRA. There are Democrats that actually send in their money every year. They're members of the NRA, believe it or not. Guess what? There are Democrats, the the governor of Louisiana and the state senator of Louisiana, Democrats that are pro-life. Louisiana just passed a fetal heartbeat bill, and the media doesn't want to talk about that the person that introduced the bill is a state Democrat senator. And they don't want to talk about the person, the governor that signs the bill. Louisiana's governor is a Democrat. Don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about that the NRA actually has Democrats that are members. I'm here to tell you, this woman from New York, this senator from New York, that Donald Trump said would do anything for a campaign contribution. I am so damn tired of the media spinning things around to make it look like something that the president has never said. They imply. He said, hey, you know what? There was a time Donald Trump, the president of the United States, was sitting in his gold Taj Mahal there, Trump Tower, and, you know, he's sitting there at his desk. He's got it friggin' made. He plays golf. He's cutting deals, all right? And he's doing The Apprentice, and it's a revolving door. The gold elevator, they get in it, go up, get out, get down, and they hope to leave with a check. Mitt Romney did it. Kirsten Gillibrand. And Trump just told the truth. For all these years, now he's a piece of damn garbage. But for all these years, the Trump Tower elevator went up as fast as it could with these low-life people in there wanting to know if Donald would give them a check. And Donald said point blank, Donald Trump is an authority on these pieces of garbage that keep coming and want a campaign donation. He knows firsthand how they are. They all came to him before he ever said anything about being president of the United States. And he said this woman would do anything for a campaign contribution. Boom! And I'm going to show you what I'm referring to there. Boom! They turned it right into something. Oh my God. Anything. He said she would do anything. Well, maybe what if it was a guy went in there and he said Mitt Romney said he would do anything for a campaign. That would have been okay. Wouldn't have been implied. Nothing would have been spun out of that. But this woman, if you are a member of the NRA, she thinks you are a piece of garbage, period. Watch it. I'll get to it in the second hour. But I'm telling you right now, this is a point. Now, the point I want to make has absolutely nothing to do with that. I want to play this short clip. And I have been, if you're new to the show, I have talked about this for weeks. Weeks I've talked about this. And this is, there's three big reasons that the only one talking about this town hall, this disgrace last night of a town hall by this New York State senator, you know what, the only reason Fox is the only one is because they're trying not to let other Democrats hear what happened here last night. So we're going to go with our first clip right here. You know the one I've got for her? I think, yeah. Start that and then I'll stop, okay?
The masterpiece on the Mississippi.
Amazing. Thank you for having me. Thank you, University of Dubuque. Thank you, Chris.
Ready to answer some questions?
I'm ready.
Good. First question from James Walgreens, who's a dentist here in Dubuque. James.
Hi. How do you plan on competing with Joe Biden with his name recognition? And do you think enough has been done to prevent the DNC from influencing the primary process with access to voter data files and funding and debate schedules and things like that that were used for a favored candidate last time in 2016?
So I'm going to play by the rules they set, and I think they'll do a fine job. But this is a marathon and not a sprint, and we're just beginning. And if you look at who the front runners were in any past presidential election and who winded up winning, They weren't the same one. At this stage, it's so early, and I'm just introducing myself to the voters, telling you why I'm running for president and what I want to do for this country, what my vision is for a better country that restores our democracy back to your hands, away from the special interests, get money out of politics, health care is a right, and a lot of other things that we're going to talk about tonight.
Terrific. Senator, you
Terrific.
got
All right, hold right there, Josh, because we'll be looking. I think she goes in to the NRA. Now, you may ask why, with everything going on in the world today, why I'm opening with this. Because if you're new to the show, the Democrats' nerves are shot. They have nothing. They are in major trouble. They've got a 76-year-old pasty. Try that again. They have a 76-year-old pasty old white guy. All right, Joe Biden. But if you're out there as a Republican or a conservative this morning, you and I both know on the Republican Party side, we have gotten tired, and I know there's a lot of my friends don't like when we use the word establishment, but we got tired of establishment candidates. We got tired of what we called next in line. Republican Party had the next in line. You anoint the next person that's in line, okay? And we have that. We have had that. We had John McCain. We had Bob Dole. Remember when Bob Dole was next in line, okay? And I like Bob Dole. Let's not go there, but I like Bob Dole like Jack Kemp. Sound a little like Jack Kemp this morning if you remember who he is. He was from New York also. Buffalo Bills, AFL. Boom, there you go. So anyhow, next in line. And then we had John McCain next in line. Then we had Mitt Romney next in line. We, as the Republican Party, got so tired of the next in line, okay? The Democrats are in very big trouble with their voters, all right? Very big. What happened last week? We talked about it. I have told you this for weeks. They're in a mess because nothing has changed with the DNC. When she says she's going to play by the rules, okay, and the DNC is doing a fine job, James, the dentist, is saying, how are you going to stop this, prevent the influencing of the DNC? Translated, how are you going to stop, when you get on the debate stage, the Donna Brazils, right? Blue-haired black lady now on Fox. What the hell? So how are you going to stop the Donna Brazils on CNN, MSNBC, and these crooked little networks from sliding the debate questions to Joe Biden? How are you going to stop the DNC Perez, which is cleaning it up? Remember, what's his name? I forget his name, Perez, but he's the chair of the DNC. We don't hear too much from him anymore. We used to hear from him all the time on the morning shows. He's really quiet right now. You know why he's quiet? Because he does not want anyone to ask him, hey, are you guys showing preferential treatment to Joe Biden like you did to Hillary, like you did Barack Obama? Are you? Just saying. But Perez went on all the morning shows back 6 months ago before the 20, 30, 40 Democrat candidates jumped into the ring, okay? And he was like, my job is to make sure all of our candidates have an equal playing field. My job is to make sure they have an equal playing field and all of them have a chance because we're going to have great candidates. BS. BS. You never intended one time. Everything was set up for creepy, sleepy Joe Biden. Everything was set up for him, right? And that's what you're running away from because you're scared to death. The Democrats are. If I'm a Democrat voter, let me speak. Let me tell you this. If you're a Republican out there, we got to go to break. If you're a Republican out there and you're saying to yourself, how do I talk to Democrats? I mean, I've got these loony bin friends. I understand. Really? You had to say that? But anyhow, they're Looney Tunes, all right? And I'm not talking Bugs Bunny, all right? I'm talking Daffy Duck. I got these Democrat friends. They're Looney Tunes. I don't know how to talk to them. And just say like this, I was once like you. I was troubled. I want to write that commercial. I was once like you. I was troubled. I was wandering aimlessly. As a Republican, I was believing that McCain was a conservative. I was helping tell people the Mac is back. Oh my God, I was once like you. I actually fell for Mitt Romney and was trying to help get him elected. But you know what? Us Republicans said no more. And we put a stop to it. And whether you like Donald Trump or not, that was our put a stop to it. But for you Democrats, you guys don't get to choose your candidate. We were once like you. We didn't get to choose our candidate. We made a decision. You need to make a decision. That's what that's how you talk to your Democrat friends. Say, hey, I hate to be in your shoes and be told who your candidate is. That once happened to us. Now, I know we might disagree. We can get into a whole level of disagreements from abortion to tariffs to taxes, all the above. But the one thing that we should have common ground on, my Democrat friend, is you guys are in a mess with your DNC telling you who is your candidate. And that's why they won't highlight Fox. They're afraid of James the dentist. Because James the dentist basically said, how are you going to prevent the influencing? Do you not kindly see they've picked Joe Biden? Guess what the report was last week? Bernie Sanders supporters are like, they're public now. I said this on the show. You're tired of me saying I said this on the show. But if you're new, I said this on the show. Josh will tell you. When will Democrats, I've said for weeks, when will they start breaking? And they start breaking the silence and saying, hey, wait a minute. Didn't this just happen to Bernie last time? Didn't he feel the burn from Hillary and the corruption and the superdelegates? Oh, we don't have superdelegates anymore. We're working in a whole different way. But Joe is our guy. Didn't this just happen? Right? That's what they're saying. Because it's going to happen again to them. Bernie Sanders last week's supporters said, hey, we may pull a rally. We may turn things upside down at the convention. Bernie Sanders supporters are saying, whoa, whoa, whoa. We see deja vu. Like Yogi Berra used to say, it looks like deja vu all over again for the DNC, right? That's right. Now you have James the dentist. And Kirsten Gillibrand's nerves are shot. She says, I'm going to play by the rules. We got to get money out of politics. Oh, by the way, the lady that said we got to get money out of politics in that town hall actually gives her email address for donors because she's a little short. Chris Wallace says, hey, what about the criteria to get on the debate stage? You got to be polling over 1% in 3 major polls, or both have to raise a certain amount of money. She looks at the camera and she says, well, my donations, I am a little short, so if you want to give. That's why she yelled, NRA is evil for 20 minutes, trying to create. Every friggin' Democrat out there is saying anything they have to say. No, they don't care about you. They want on a debate stage. So they're trying to rile up a group of people, whether it be abortion, guns, no matter what it is, LGBTQ, F. I added the F. If you're new to the show, F is for flamers. All right, the LGBTQF community, they're all going after it. Why? So you will send money to them and then get on a debate stage, not because they care. I'm your host, BKP. I happen to care. We're going to take a brief break. I got a little wound up. Don't forget, show them the phone number again if they're interested in texting the show, sending an email, follow us on social media, 829. Let's go to break.